Setting realistic expectations. We're going to talk about money. I'm Karin with Right Now Editing, where we turn good manuscripts into great books.
I'm Pegg Thomas, multi-award-winning author and editor, and we are two editors for 5 minutes.
Today we're
And
going to
she's
talk
setting the
about
timer.
yes, we're going to talk about expectations. When I talk with new authors, I often tell them that to see your first manuscript published, you're going to have to invest one of two things, either time or money. So today we're going to talk about money and why that's a factor. Very often, I see authors that write one manuscript and they start submitting it, and they've done everything free that they can, and they get very frustrated because they're not getting any traction. When I worked for a small publisher, I could tell all of the authors that submitted, it was their first manuscript. Every single one of them needed an edit. Every single one of them had issues. They had some good ideas, but it wasn't ready, and it required so much work that I couldn't acquire it because I didn't have the time to do the work. So I generally like to recommend, if you want to be on the fast track to get published, either building an audience as a self-published author or getting an agent's attention quickly, you need to invest in editing, which means you have to hire a freelance editor. Now, conservative estimates, I like to tell people, we'll put links below. The Editorial Freelancers Association has a chart of what you can expect to pay for editing. It also has a chart that says about how long it will take. So we refer to the first round of editing as substantive. They call it developmental. But according to their timeline, at $40 to $60 an hour, it could cost anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. And if you go over to Chicago Manual of Style and look at what they estimate an experienced editor could take 100 hours to do a substantive edit on a 100,000 word manuscript. And if you look at EFA rates, that would be $4,000 to $6,000. Now, Pegg, did you ever charge that much?
I never have, no.
No, neither have I. I think for both of us, that is our editing income is supplemental. It's not something that we need to live on. So we are able to charge lower rates. But when you start looking at freelance, if you want like the editors that work with New York Times publishing authors, don't be shocked when they have the big price tag on it. But there's more to cost than just the editing. Pegg, if someone wants to get their book out there quickly, whether it's self-published or traditionally, what else are they going to have to invest in? What do you pay for?
Covers. It's, I think, even more true today with the internet, with Amazon, that covers sell books. Covers have always sold books, but now you get this little thumbnail. That's all you're seeing on Amazon. You have got to catch them with that little bitty thumbnail. And it's got to be something that's got the eye appeal. It's got to be something that tells them the genre. It's got to be something that just, they have to click on it. And there aren't a lot of people who have that kind of eye. I know I certainly don't. And I have a background in desktop publishing, but I don't have that kind of eye. I can't put together these covers like they're behind me. I go to people who know what they're doing.
And what would you say is the low end for a good cover designer?
Kind of depends on where the cover designer is in their experience. Like the one that I've worked with the most, I started working when she was very first beginning, and an ebook was $75 a cover. Okay, same one now. Her ebooks are over 400, and it's because she's that good. And so you get what you pay for. But if you get in with a cover designer who's still kind of new, it's not unreasonable to get a decent cover for a couple $100.
Again, you should be plan on a couple of $100. Pegg, what else do you pay for as a self-published author? Your subscriptions.
I pay for my proofreader, of course. That's a big one. As an editor, I actually trade edits with another editor, so I don't have to pay an editor. So I do have that perk. But I also pay for my program to manipulate my ads because I do create my own ads. So I use Be Funky, which is easy to find online. I use Atticus for formatting my books. That was a one-time purchase to purchase Atticus. I use Publisher Rocket to help me get my books uploaded to the right categories on Amazon and all of that. And that again was a one-time purchase.
I don't want to rush this.
Oh,
So you guys, 5
and then
minutes
ads.
is
Okay, really quick, really, really quick.
yes.
Really quick, another important thing is paying for ads because um, I am not a big I'm not a big believer in the book launch thing. I know it's been an old time thing. People love it and they do the Facebook parties and all that. I've never seen very much return on those, but ads, I get return. I can tell you as of today, I checked this morning, and as of what I've been clocking this year, I have about a 200% return on investment on my ads. And boy, I would love it if, my mutual funds would perform like that. Book ads work, Facebook ads work, and you've got to put the money out. You got to look into that if you're really going to be noticed.
So again, we're a little over time, but quick recap. If you are
Yeah,
looking to either launch your self-publishing career quickly or get a traditional contract quickly, you have to invest in some of these things. You have to
yeah.
invest in, for traditional, the editing before you submit, and then the self-publishing. Peg listed a lot of things. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to list those things below. So we'll put links in there. That's just what Peg uses. It doesn't mean it's the best. It's not saying that there aren't other options. It's what she's used. So
It's
if
what
you
I
find some,
Yeah, but there's
yeah,
lots of good. There's BookBrush. BookBrush is a great program. I've used that in the past. Canva's a good program to be using. There's a lot of stuff out there that's $100 a year, more or less subscription, and worth every penny because you can then create your own ads and get things going. And remember, if because we mentioned how important book covers are, if you're going traditional, you don't have a choice in the cover. Your publisher's going to pick your cover.
right. We're already over. So we'll call it good for today. I'm Karen Beery with Right Now Editing.
And I'm Peg Thomas. We'll see you next time.